What we'll do is we'll start and hopefully some more people will join us along the way. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm representing JGA. My name is Jo Cowan. Back in April this year, JGA attended the PPMA conference in Birmingham, and we exhibited our courses and also sponsored, and we're delighted to present the award for Best Partnership Collaboration. JGA are a well-established apprenticeship training provider to more than 120 government organisations. We're national market leaders in standards such as communications assistant, policy officer and service designer. And we also offer high-quality public sector-focused apprenticeships in systems thinking and marketing. JGA have benefited from many collaborations over the years, but today I'm here to introduce collaborations and partnerships that stood out to the judges at PPMA. Collaboration between organisations involves working together towards a common goal, and this was achieved by this year's winners, Matrix and Hackney. Congratulations again on your award. Alongside the winners, judges highly commended West Midlands employers in partnership with Opus People Solutions. These two successful partnerships address local employment challenges and build sustainable workforce solutions, and we're all looking forward to hearing how this was achieved. We're going to hear from Matrix and Hackney Works, who have partnered to provide tailored training and job opportunities for Hackney residents. Since 2021, they've conducted 49 workshops, engaging 362 residents and helping 78 people secure jobs within Hackney Council. The programme offers customised support, including digital skills training for those over 50 and life skills coaching for young people. Also here today we have Rebecca and Brad, who will be presenting for West Midlands Employers and Opus. WM Temps is a regional agency service addressing skills shortages in the West Midlands by bringing councils together to streamline temporary recruitment. Developed by West Midlands Employers and Opus People Solutions, WM Temps helps councils save money and fills gaps with a collaborative approach. So after the presentations from the two collaborations, we'll have the opportunity to ask some questions. So if you want to just pop your questions in the chat box as we go along, and there'll be an opportunity to ask them at the end. So first of all, I will hand you over to Rebecca and Brad.
Thanks ever so much, Jo, and good morning, everyone. I'm really thrilled to be here to talk about something really close to my heart, which is the work we've been doing with WM Temps in the West Midlands region. It was absolutely a pleasure to be shortlisted in the category for collaboration, and we were really excited when we were highly commended. We've got a lot to cover in the next 15 minutes, so I'm going to dive straight on in. Now, in terms of the detail, I'm just going to introduce a little bit about the key players. On one side, we've got Opus, a managed service provider and local authority trading company who are owned by Suffolk County Council. Their vision is all about creating opportunities and making a real difference to the communities that councils serve. On the other side, there's West Midlands Employers, that's us, and we are an elected member-led organisation owned by the 32 councils in the West Midlands region, and we are passionate about delivering shared services for our member councils. We're both very value-led organisations, and that in some way has been part of what makes our collaboration really successful. We're both trying to deliver the same things for councils across the West Midlands and for Opus, the rest of the UK. Together, we embarked on this journey to revolutionise workforce planning in our region. It's a partnership that combines Opus's expertise in service provision with our deep understanding of local need within the West Midlands. Now, for me, I'm going to talk a little bit about what needed to change. We had in our region a whopping £126 million agency spend per year. That was in 2021. We knew at that point that was probably a conservative under-evaluation because not everyone was accurately counting agency spend in the same way. But we knew we had a mountain to climb. Councils in our region were grappling not just with huge spend, but with skills gaps, fierce competition for talent, real struggles in securing both permanent and temporary recruitment, and then we won't even focus at this point on the headache that councils had around data quality, increasing off-contract spend. All of that was providing a myriad of problems for our HR, finance colleagues across the region, and we wanted to try and come up with a solution that solved that. The councils in our region came to us and said, we need to reduce spend, we need to increase recruitment to permanent roles, and we need to do something really different, which drives down some of that competition that they were seeing across their borders with neighbouring councils. So we realised it was a mountain to climb, and the only way that we could do that was by working in collaboration across all 32 councils in the West Midlands region. So what we did was came up with the project, which is now known as WM Temps as a Service, to bring together a single agency framework for councils in the West Midlands region. We brought in experts, 4C Consultancy, to support the procurement process. We launched a rigorous selection process with a little help from our friends at Staffordshire County Council, who led aspects of that for us. We put potential bidders through their paces, focusing on quality, compliance and client focus. And it was a real challenge and a very extensive process. And at that point, Opus secured the contract and became our collaboration strategic partner in delivering WM Temps. It was then time, really, in January 2022, after we secured board approval for launching WM Temps, to roll our sleeves up and get started with the delivery. Now, the focus really of this award category was collaboration. And what we really wanted to do was share a little bit about what goes to the heart of that collaboration. So all of the components of this project were not linear. And I think that is probably the misconception when you start large transformation programs, is to stakeholder map and everything's nicely in a box. What we found is that it was a bit more like managing a nuclear reaction. You had all the different parts of the atom rotating around each other, and different motives, personalities, organisation drivers, all whizzing around. And we were just trying to avoid collisions on most occasions. It was about trying to get a seamless user offer, internal stakeholders, agency providers, strategic leads in councils, sector-specific support agencies, key decision makers, all aligned, all on board, and all moving in a similar direction. I would say it felt like a real challenge to get all the alignment taking place to launch WM Temps. But it is a true partnership, and that perseverance across so many different parts of each organisation we work with, about the shared goals, the shared risks and the shared rewards, are what made that collaboration successful. So the results have been truly transformative, and I'm going to hand over to Brad now, who's going to talk about some of the impact really of what we've delivered through that collaboration.
Thank you, Rebecca. First test there, I unmuted myself, which was good. Yeah, I'm going to now talk you through the benefits of the WM Temps model and ultimately, what, as Rebecca said, what we're trying to achieve. As Rebecca mentioned, WME put in place a regional workforce strategy for the West Midlands region, something that hadn't ever been done before. And Opus and WME work as a strategic partner with the WM Temps councils to put in place a joint workforce plan for each council that is aligned to the individual councils, but also the regional priorities that have been outlined in the workforce strategy. This workforce plan also embodies a social value plan and strategy, and additional added value that looking to bring to the local communities and the next generation in the West Midlands. Rebecca obviously mentioned some of the challenges facing local government in agency recruitment. In the latest Local Government Association research, the following was highlighted regarding recruitment as a whole. 94% of council leaders said they were experiencing recruitment and retention difficulties, with 90% highlighting significant skill gaps. In an ageing demographic and sort of real term decreases in pay, sort of up to 30% since 2010, local government is really struggling to compete in the recruitment market. More than £2 billion pounds being spent on temporary recruitment now is just fundamentally unsustainable. But there are opportunities. The next generations, Gen Z, the research shows they're placing higher importance on the value of the role and the added benefit that gives back to the communities that they work in. That's why working in a strategic and collaborative way, in my opinion, is key. In our opinion, is key. What WM Temps looks to do is look at that bigger picture, supporting with the total workforce planning, not just agency recruitment. And by collaborating with the councils that we work with, we're able to support them to become an employer of choice. This ultimately enables improved recruitment, onboarding and performance management of the workers, better management information, data and spend analysis, so that councils can make the decisions that's absolutely necessary regarding their agency provision, but also they understand the true cost to the individual council, but also the region. We're able to give increased investment in social value, improving communities, supporting local people into local jobs, and the overall experience for workers. Increasing higher rates of conversion from temporary to permanent roles, improved quality, our consultants working in partnership with suppliers and offering a competitive but fundamentally fair margin. This all supports and works to significant reduction in management time, enabling the managers to focus on the services they're in charge of. And this again enables us to reduce the number of temporary workers that are required, support and stabilise the permanent workforce, and ultimately bring savings to the council, supporting the councils for their long-term funding investment in addressing skill shortages. I'm really proud of the difference that's already been made. I know Rebecca is as well. Sort of 25% of the region's councils are already signed up and using the service, and we aim to save them over £11 million in the first 5 years that they are using the service. More than £200,000 has been contributed in social value, and that has been measured by the TOMS framework. But the day-to-day is working very, very well as well. Very high fulfillment rates, 98.9% of all roles are being filled, but with 96% of those being local people in local jobs. And we're working with over 30 local partners to ensure that we can continue to support local people in the West Midlands. As I already touched on, another key important part for future workforce is local government and their permanent workforce. So 1 in 4 are going permanent, so the temp to perm conversion is very, very high. And we're working with a number of schools and colleges to promote local government in the region for the next generation. More than 1,000 students presented to, and we've been to over 30 career fairs in the last 12 months, again presenting local government and promoting local government in the region. Next slide, please, Rebecca, if that's okay. So ultimately, the long-term added value that we're looking to create and the benefits of the WM Temps framework will grow as more councils sign up, raising the profile of local government as a career pathway, addressing skill shortages and bolstering local services while hopefully generating significant savings, making the region and local government an employer of choice to ensure that it's competing with the private sector. Innovations like WM Temps and the collaboration that it brings, in our opinion, is key for the future workforce of local government. This is one of the key reasons why Opus wanted to be a part of this. As Rebecca mentioned, our vision and our values align with with local government and what's trying to be achieved, and we really want to support local government being fit for purpose for the future. This brings improved recruitment and retention and financial gains to local government as a whole, but more specifically to the West Midlands. Each council can save on average 10% of their annual agency spend. The region as a whole, if everyone signed up, we would be looking to make savings in excess of £75 million over the first 5 years of any contract. That is retaining money in the public sector, but specifically local government, retaining money in local government that can be reinvested into the regional workforce initiatives based on member councils' priorities, and then supplemented by the increased investment in social value supporting the community, supporting local people into jobs, improving their skills and improving the experience for all workers across the region. And that is ultimately improving the services the community, the councils that we work with are providing in the region that WM Temps is operating in. So we're now just going to show a short video that will explain that, summarize that in a nice way. Not sure if that's playing though, Rebecca, the sound, but we can leave that if need be. That's me finished there, Rebecca. I don't know if you wanted to add anything if the video is not playing.
Thanks, Brad. I think that was probably all we wanted to cover, but happy to take any questions after colleagues from Matrix have shared.
Okay, thank you very much, Rebecca and Brad. Thank you. So we're going to hear now from Tracy and Siobhan from you're both from Matrix?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's probably me presenting. Let me just find my slide.
It is. So Siobhan,
Trying to save you, Tracy.
It's okay. Siobhan is the driver behind the our social value offering and works with the councils on our social value. So actually, she is the best person to present on our award entry. So we won the best collaboration, and that is the presentation that we put together. We put a presentation that is based around our the award entry that what is the award? Yay! Well done, team. So go for it, Siobhan. Are you ready? Can
I am, but I only have one screen, so in chance you could share my slides. I know, you wish I should have told you that. I can share my screen, but then I can't see anything else. But maybe that's fine.
But that's okay. We'll be able to see that. I haven't got them ready because I thought you were ready. You can tell we're really very well organized today, guys. It's a Monday. Are you ready, Siobhan? Are you there?
Oh, also won't let me. It's trying. Bear with. This is great because I know we have to finish at 12:30, so the longer I faff for, the less time I have to speak.
You're gonna have to talk really, really quickly.
I always do.
Oh, right, great. So do you want to
Is
start? Yeah, we can see the
right?
Yeah, we can see all of the slides. So if you want to start your presentation, the slideshow, that should make it bigger.
No, it's not showing the right version of the screen, is it?
We can't see it. No. It's technology. It's a Monday. It's decided it doesn't want to play.
We'll just have it present my entire screen and then I can
Yeah, that would be good. Let's go with that. Oh no, now I can see myself. That's horrid.
hang on. How about now?
Perfect. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay. Great. Sorry guys, I can't see you now, so I'm just looking at my own slides, but that's totally fine. It means that I won't notice if you fall asleep, but I have got a timer on, don't worry. I'm just going to do a really speedy run through of our entry for the PPMA Best Partnership Collaboration Award, which we won back in April. It was a great day, and yeah, we're super proud of our work with Hackney Works. We're actually here without them today because they're on the ground doing the hard work, but it's nice to be here, being able to represent them this afternoon. So as Tracy kindly introduced me, my name's Siobhan. I'm the head of corporate social responsibility here at Matrix, which means I'm responsible for our social value delivery. And this is just one of many, many projects that we are super proud of. So we've worked with Hackney for years. Actually, when I started back at Matrix in 2017, yeah, I'm getting old, they were the first client that I had. And throughout this time, we've worked together in a number of different ways, trying to find the best way for us to add value to our contract. We want to be on the ground in Hackney, supporting local people and getting on board with the great work that's already being done there. Straight away, we noticed the alignment between the work that we do and the work that Hackney Works do. They're all about supporting local people into local jobs. We're all about connecting people to work. So we knew that that would be a strong partnership. Throughout our time working with Hackney Works, I think Joe actually gave the statistic earlier about the number of workshops that we've run, but it's been loads. And we spend lots of time in person and online teaching Hackney Works skills, confidence building, life skills, everything from applying to your first job to what you might want to do with your first paycheck, and everything in between. We have designed a series of workshops that is really for everyone. We have tailor-made ones for older people looking to rejoin the workforce after some time out. We've done some workshops for young people at risk of becoming NEET, so not in education, training or employment, as well as care experience young people. And we've also done a series of workshops for people on Hackney's supported internship scheme, so people with learning disabilities who are also looking to join the workplace. And that was actually the bit we think probably won us the award because of our case study on that particular project, which I think it's not my next slide, but it's one after. So just taking a snapshot of the time throughout the contract that this entry was focused on. In that time, we ran 36 different tailored workshops. We engaged 362 residents, and 78 residents gained roles within Hackney Council during that time through our partnership with Hackney Works. And some of these were entry-level roles and some of these were not. Some of these were quite senior level roles within the council. Everything from customer service advisors to benefits housing needs and fleet support officers too. Here they just look like numbers on a spreadsheet, and I get that. But these are real people gaining real meaningful opportunities in their local area. Local people want to work for their local council. They want to support the great work that the council does. So it's really nice to be part of that. We want to talk a little bit about what sets this partnership apart. Particularly our work with the supported internship scheme. We created tailored workshops to the specific needs of residents, ensuring that sessions met the local requirements. We went into the community and understood what placements these individuals were taking out within different parts of the council. They did some work at a leisure centre, within the hospital, and within the council itself. We got to spend some time with them while they did that, so we could learn about the skills that they have been developing and teach them how to put those skills into their CV, helping them secure jobs later on. We made learning accessible and engaging for all the participants, which has been great. We've learned just as much as they have, to be honest. It was a real learning experience, but it was amazing to be able to customize workshops based on needs. The workshops were scheduled flexibly to accommodate diverse lifestyles and responsibilities. Some things we did online, some things we did in person. And it just really shows the way that you can deliver social value in so many different ways in this modern new world. It was a real genuine commitment to empowering Hackney residents, building their confidence and unlocking potential. We're all about reducing the barriers to work, and this was just a really good case study of that. Got one more minute. Our supported internship support was in 2022, but we're doing it again in 2024, which is great. And we went through the journey of the supported internship scheme with 12 of these interns. Most important was for us to help the young people identify their skills, identify what they're passionate about, and being able to put that into their employability skills and apply for their next opportunity. It's easy for me to sit here and say how great it was. It was my project, I led on it, but actually we had some fantastic feedback from the workshop attendees themselves, as well as the apprenticeship team at Hackney Council and lots of the people that were involved in the project. I won't read these out because it's way too cheesy, but you get an idea of the purpose of the project and the successful results that it had. So yeah, it is a partnership for the future. We continue to work with Hackney Council. We continue to support local people into local jobs. And that's why we think our social value offering at Matrix is awesome. And it's a job that's different every day and we absolutely love it. Any thoughts, any questions, anything you guys need from me?
Thank you, Siobhan. That was great. Let's see if we've got any questions in the chat. We haven't yet. Have you got questions for each other even?
silence. That's what you're going to get. Don't you just love it when these things finish and it's like, any questions, and everyone goes quiet?
I could perhaps ask a question, so I'll direct it to Rebecca and Brad first. Did you come across any stumbling blocks along the way?
Thanks, Jo. I think there were a lot of stumbling blocks. I think it's fair to say when you're working in partnerships with so many different stakeholders and so many different councils, and what we found is actually the biggest stumbling block was just the lack of communication. That was at the heart of every issue. Things had just not been communicated clearly, communicated to the right people. The impact and importance of a small decision to someone was a very big decision for someone else. So often would that be the misunderstandings with procurement teams to legal teams to finance teams to elected members. It was just that level of communication had to be really broken down, quite granular about why people needed to know and who needed to know what. The second aspect was, I think we found there was a real lack of ownership about who actually owned agency provision within a council. It didn't necessarily sit with the same type of role or person in each organisation. Some the gatekeepers and owners would be in procurement and commercial services, others it would be HR led. So just trying to work out who the right people were in each organisation was in some ways a challenge in itself.
Can understand that, yes. Siobhan and Tracy, did you come across any stumbling blocks?
I'm not sure about stumbling blocks, or maybe actually reporting on social value we found quite difficult at the beginning of our contract with Hackney. Sometimes it feels like you're trying to bit of a square peg round hole scenario. Everyone wants quantitative numbers, obviously. How much value did you add? Whereas previously we were all about, well, how many, what impact did we have on people's lives? Did we get someone a job? How do we change someone's world? So changing the way that we reported to change the number, to report on the number of local people into local jobs via their postcodes. That was a stumbling block for me because I'm not the maths person, I'm the people person. So that was a bit of a learning opportunity. But also just the shift in our delivery of our employability workshops previously. We hadn't had such a diverse group, and so learning how to tailor our content to make it appropriate for people with learning disabilities was something that we hadn't done before, but we employed a specialist, and that worked very well.
Okay, and I see some of the roles involved apprenticeships. Obviously we're an apprenticeship training provider. Are you finding the uptake of these apprenticeship roles increasing? They're becoming more popular with people wanting to not just be employed but have apprenticeship training alongside that as well?
Absolutely, and it's really good to hear schools talking more about apprenticeships as well. That's the biggest change that I've noticed. Back when I was in school, I know it was a little while ago now, but it just wasn't spoken about at all. Whereas now all the careers events that we go to, apprenticeships are spoken about first before university even. So that's been a great shift to see.
Yes, yeah, I think so. We do get a lot of inquiries directly from candidates, but obviously they need to secure some employment first and have the apprenticeship training alongside that.
I think that's where local government's got a real opportunity. I think maybe local government's not been the best at selling itself to people. Actually, do they understand exactly what services or what career they could have? So I think it's that big learning curve of getting into to young people to tell them about the great things that you can achieve in local government, and tie in with that apprenticeship push as well.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions for each other? No? Okay. Well, thank you to everyone for attending, and thank you very much for the presentations that we've seen and heard today. Very informative, thank you. And once again, congratulations on your achievements being commended, and obviously our winners as well, Matrix and Hackney. Congratulations, and JGA will be at the next PPMA conference, so we'll look forward to seeing some familiar faces there. Okay, thank you everyone, and goodbye.
Thanks guys.
Thank you.
Have a nice rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.